Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about a Stringamajig, and this is designed by Romain Ketterton, and it is published by Fireside Games.
As the name suggests, the string is heavily involved in this game. There's this big, giant length of string, or almost like a rope, that you're using. But have you ever played Pictionary?
I have.
Have you ever played charades?
Sure thing.
Have you ever combined them and used a whole bunch of string?
You know what? I have now, but before this I had it.
That's kind of what's going on here. You are drawing these cards. It's going to give you some kind of crazy word, and you're trying to make it out of the string and act out whatever that is, trying to get other people to guess what it is. Let me give you a quick overview of how to play. By the way, I'm terrible at this game. I do an example in the example. I do the example in the how-to, and it's bad. Just go with me, though.
No, write in the comments below about how great Ryan is. Just be like, Ryan, you are great.
Maybe a great teacher, but not a great player of this game.
Ryan, you're great.
Thanks. Let's check it out. All right, here's our setup for Stringamajig. There's not a lot of components here. We just basically have a large length of string, a whole bunch of cards, and a timer. So on your turn, what you're trying to do is you are trying to make some kind of a phrase or a word using the string and your own actions in order to make the other players at the table guess what you are creating. There are 4 words on each card, so what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to flip over the top card, and on the back of the next card, it's going to show you some numbers. So basically, we can only choose number 1 or number 2 off this card. All right, so we're going to choose either dress or train. Let's do dress. It seems like a little bit easier for us. So now what we're going to do is we're trying to make a dress out of this string. It's pretty open-ended. You can do whatever you want, basically. You have to have at least some part of this table. You have to have at least some part of the string touching the table in order for this to work. You can also use the floor, but again, some part of the string has to be touching the floor in order for this to work. I'm very bad at this game, by the way. So here's our dress. I would say, all right, everybody started guessing. They're kind of throwing out answers. They're throwing out whatever they think it is. If anybody lands on the answer of dress, they're going to be able to take the card and use it as a point. And then if we still have time left, we're going to be able to keep on going. Flip over the next card. We can choose either number 1 or number 4. We've got either California or a zombie. This zombie has a little kind of a highlighted here. What that means is this is a challenge word. Now, there are 3 different kinds of challenge words in the game. So the first kind is basically almost like a game of taboo. So for instance, here is butterfly. This says butterfly, but it also has in small print over here bird. If anybody guesses the word bird, that does not count. You have to only try to get them to say butterfly. All right, so similarly, we've got another challenge here. This one says tie, but this one has a no-look symbol. That means you have to try to make this without using your eyes. You have to have your eyes closed while making the symbol. The third kind is actually a partner game. So this one says make a spoon. So you're going to pick a player, you're going to make a spoon with them, and if anybody guesses it, they're going to get a point, but also the person who helped you out with this is going to get a point as well. All these challenge words are worth an extra point if anybody guesses them. You can be as creative as you want with the string. You can interact with it. You can do things to it. But the main rule is you have to make some kind of a drawing. You have to make some kind of a picture. You can't just use the rope as an actual rope, or you can't act out with using charades and not include the rope as part of what you're doing. The rope has to make in some way some kind of a drawing. So on your turn, every player is going to get 1 minute to do as many cards as possible. If you're playing up to a 6-player game, everybody's going to get a chance to be the drawer 2 times. If you're playing with 7 or more players, you're going to get a chance to be the drawer only 1 time. After every player has played their number of rounds, you're going to count up the points, and whoever has the most points wins the game.
One of the things that I like about this game is that it's open-ended without being open-ended, right? So you draw those cards and it has those options, but because of the other card, you have a direction. Because sometimes you can be like, I don't know what to do. And yes, most of the cards say 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can choose any of them. But sometimes it's just like, nope, 2 or 4. You have to do one of those. And I like that it kind of gives you that little bit of direction, especially if you are somebody who just has trouble choosing between all of that it helps you make your choice so you can get on to the actual gameplay of it. I really liked how it had that. And every time you shuffle a card, it's going to be different. So every time you draw a card, the card beneath it is going to be a different card. So it doesn't even matter what it is, right? Because one time you can play this, and that card that you get, you can only choose 1 or 2. Next time you can choose any of them. Next time you can only choose 4. So I like that it created all of that variability by just that one little thing.
I thought this was clever how a lot of these kinds of games are team-based, right?
Yeah.
This team goes, and the other team kind of sits and watches. Then the other team goes, well, the other team sits and watches. This, everyone's playing at the exact same time. There's one drawer, and it's in everyone's best interest to guess correctly, and it's in the artist's best interest to make a good picture with the string.
Yeah.
So everyone's engaged throughout the entire game. It's not like everyone's trying to their hardest, which I think makes the game work out really well.
Yeah, you're not trying to throw everybody off when you're the one trying to make the picture, and you're not also trying to throw off weird guesses when you're yelling things. Like everybody, even though it's not cooperative, everybody is trying to help each other get what it is. I thought that this game was super difficult for me. I had such a hard time with that string. It was so much and then it wasn't enough for what I wanted. And I felt like I was going to be awesome at it because the very first thing I did in the very first clue, it was guess immediately. And I'm like, I got this. And then I did not got this.
And it's already hard enough for people like us who are not good at these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But on top of that, those challenges.
Oh my gosh,
those were really, really interesting. There's 3 kinds of challenges, like I mentioned earlier. There's ones where you're doing it basically blindfolded. You're trying to make something. And then there's also the ones where you have to do it with a partner. Or there's also the ones that are, you can't guess other words, right?
Yeah.
So there's one where the word you're trying to guess is moon. But you cannot say banana. But of course, like, if you make that kind of a shape, the crescent moon, people are going to say banana. You have to cleverly figure out how to act out how a moon looks without getting anybody saying banana, which is makes your mind work so hard.
And we had this other one where it was butterfly, but if somebody guessed the word bird, which I did, then nobody got any points. So, it's weird because you see that on there. I'm like, why would anybody guess that? But then you start doing stuff and you're like, oh, yep, I know what you're doing. You knew exactly how our minds were going to work on this because you knew exactly what needed to be the, expert on that. And especially that one where people have to help you with the clue. That's frustrating.
Yeah, this is a great opener or closer of a game night, especially if you're kind of hosting some people over and you want, before you break up into possibly 2 different tables or something like that. This is the kind of game that you want to be playing to get everybody laughing and silly. There is a certain amount of pressure that's on people who are doing the art,
Yes.
So there are going to be people who don't want to be on the spotlight, right? So keep aware of that, if maybe that's not going to be someone for some people in your game group. But I think overall, like I said, for an opener or a closer or a small group setting, I think people are going to enjoy this one a lot.
Yeah, definitely. If you like games like that, if you like games like Pictionary and charades and things like that are very interactive and are also kind of wild at the same time, I feel like that you would have a good time with this one as well. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below to let Ryan know how awesome he is. And you can follow us in all these places.
Also, let us know how you could have made a better dress with this string. Because I'm not good.
Oh my gosh, you could totally tag us on Instagram if you have an Instagram, at Ryan and Bethany. Your better picture if you have this game, or just any string. Just yeah. But
guys,
also let Ryan know how awesome he is.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.